everyone, my name is Holly Woodman and I have a small business called Holly Woodman Textiles that is a range of printed homewares and fabrics by the metre, which I mainly produce from lino cuts, but then also some watercolour and collage and things like that. I'm hugely inspired by Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly. I go to Scilly every year, it's summer and it's lovely, so I've got years worth of inspiration that I use. So these are some of my products which are made from the lino printing. Some different cushions and some fabrics by the metre, and then other kind of homeware bits and pieces. So today I'm going to do a short workshop on kind of an introduction to printing, and I think the best introduction to printing is super simple, which is potato printing. So let's have a look at how to do it. Okay, so I'm just going to take you through the materials that you're going to need for this workshop. And you can use different variations of lots of the different things if you don't have them, but most of them should be kind of things that you have in the house. And this is a really good workshop for kids as well. I'm sure there's lots that are bored at home at the moment, so please do get the kids involved, but obviously with the blades and the knives, make sure you're there for them. So one option would be to do this on fabric. So I've got some fabric inks here, something you can just get at any art shop, or you could be doing some stamping on paper. So I've got some just plain cards ready, so that could be something that you would like to do as well. And then you will need something to put your inks on, so that could just be a chopping board or a piece of cardboard or one of these plastic things if you've got one. And then these are going to be really useful, just some little cookie cutters, and if you've got them in different shapes, that's great as well. And then obviously some potatoes. The newer ones are probably a bit better because they're just a bit more sturdy and less damp. And yeah, some things to print on obviously, and then you will just need some kitchen towel or something to block the potatoes with. So yeah, let's get going. Okay, so we're going to cut through our potatoes, and we're just cutting through the half of the potato at the moment because we want that printing area to be totally flat. So just straight through the middle like that. And then I'm going to do a little half moon crescent kind of shape. So if you have a cookie cutter like this, it's super easy. So we're just gonna press into the potato, let it go in kind of a couple of centimeters like so. And then this is something for obviously an adult to do. We'll just cut around that cutter. And that's going to leave us with this pressed out area, which is going to be the bit that we print with. So I'm just going to do that on a couple of potatoes now and create my first shapes. Obviously, if you wanted a half moon crescent, which is what I'm going to do, then you can just cut halfway down this bit and chop off that side bit, just being careful with the knife obviously. And then you've got your little half moon like this. And if perhaps you were wanting to do like a leaf shape, then we can create little grooves in here, like so. And then obviously these little areas will not be printed, so they're like the negative part of the print where it will just be your plain object, your card or your fabric or what have you. So this is the kind of thing you're wanting, just like a bit like this. So yeah, I'm going to do a few of them now. Okay, so we've got our shapes now carved into our potatoes. So I'm going to start with some little cards. So I'm going to use, this is just some Speedball block printing ink for fabric. So if you have got a roller, then it's great to use that now. If you haven't, then I would just squeegee it with folded up piece of cardboard or something, just so you get a nice level area. If you have a big bit of paint, then it's just going to get into all these grooves on your potato, so you do want a nice flat surface of paint to work from. So I'm going to get my card here and down, and then I'm just going to blot the potato, so make sure it's getting rid of that moisture. So that looks good. And then kind of firmly press it down in the ink a couple of times. It should be covered like this. And then I'm just gonna put it down once, firmly press and lift, and then you've got your first little print. So I'm going to create a little repeating pattern, so I'm going to flip it the other way now and put him down there. And it's a nice little thing maybe for some Easter cards, Mother's Day cards, Christmas is great, and you don't have to be precious with it. Kind of see where it takes you. So now I'm going to use my little half moon shape on this little bag that I've got. So if you are printing onto something like a tote bag or this kind of bag, just make sure you have a piece of paper in the middle of it there, because obviously the paint will go through into the other side, so we just want to catch it there. So again, I'm just going to press that down in the ink, bring it over to my bag. Fabric is going to be slightly less absorbent than the paper, so you might need to wiggle it around a little bit more and peel it off. There we go. And do it the opposite way here. And just make sure if you get any on your hands that you're wiping it away, so you're not going to get it on your fabric. So I think I might go with one of my little stamping colours this time. The red's going to be quite cute. And you can always go back into your prints, and if you wanted to change them a bit, you can just cut them away, which is good. You can't add to, but you can cut away. And I just want a really little highlight here, so I'm going to cut this little triangle. And again, make sure you're blotting it. I'm just going to press my red on here a bit and put them there. And then if you just want to do the bit at the bottom, just make sure you're not getting it on the table. Pop something down there. There we go, there's a little bag I put my swimmers in and go down to the beach with. If you're finding that your potatoes are getting really damp, obviously more water will keep coming out of them, then it's nice to just print down like this on a piece of kitchen roll and leave it there for a few minutes, and then it should be nice and dry. So I'm gonna finish off with this little wave print, and I've got another fabric bag here. So again, I'm just gonna press it into my ink. So once they're all dry, you should have a nice little collection of potato printed goods. So here are my little bags. I'm thinking of using these for some swimmers going down to the beach, quite beachy. And then some little cards as well. So this could be a really nice thing to do for Easter. Perhaps if you or the kids are sending some Easter cards to family members you might not see usually. A little Easter chick could be really cute, or obviously Easter egg shapes is nice as well. And if you'd like some inspiration from other print artists that occasionally use potato print styles, Vanessa Arbuthnot is a really beautiful interior fabrics designer who I know she started a lot with potato print. And then another company called Humble Cut, which is on Instagram, produces gorgeous products purely from potato print, so they're really beautiful, definitely worth having a look. And please do follow my account as well. I'd love to see if any of you guys have done the workshop. I'd love to see your pieces. Please do tag me at Holly Woodman Textiles on Instagram if you do. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. And hopefully this has brought some excitement to a lockdown weekend. So thanks so much for joining me, and have a good weekend. Bye!